What's up everyone? Daniel back again showing you what's in the Serenity knife showroom and stock. So right here I've got the Kramer high carbon European chef's knife. These are done by ZWILLING, which is the parent company. So ZWILLING is in charge of Miyabi, Henckels, Kramer, and a couple other brands for kitchenwares, but this is one of their knife brands, Kramer. If you're familiar with Bob Kramer, a great, I guess, pioneer and godfather in knife making, the godfather of 52-100 depending on your opinion, which is what these guys are made of as well, and a very Bob Kramer-esque design, which is this nice wide bevel European blade. You can always tell his knives by the handle. This is definitely his kind of insignia. He puts on a bunch of his knives, and then this little curve right here always denotes a Kramer. Pinion-wise, definitely one of my favorite chef's knives. One, it's the style I love doing a lot. This handle is not my favorite, but it is a great handle. I like more of a neutral style that doesn't have a curve, but this blade is definitely a design I've kind of incorporated into my favorite chef's knife that I make. So I really love this guy. And then the steel. 52-100 is a great high carbon steel. If you know anything about Bob Kramer, that is pretty much his bread and butter. So when we talk about a guy who works really well with his tools, this is that guy. He does the best with 52-100 in my opinion. He also does a lot of great Damascus knives, which make them not really easy to acquire and buy, but these guys you can. They're still a little hefty. Once again, you can check all of our prices on serenityknives.com. But a little couple things we're just going to go over with these two guys. So this right here to my left is going to be the one that comes out from ZWILLING right out the door. You've got the brass bolster, 3 big brass rivets with a mosaic pin right there in the middle, and then this is actually a wood. If I'm not mistaken, it's ebony, but online will definitely show you what exactly that is. I apologize if I messed it up. Care on these knives is definitely going to have to be a little bit more of a process because this is a full blade high carbon. You will be experiencing rust and patina if left wet or with any kind of food residues on them. So oiling these guys, keeping them clean is definitely going to be a chore if you're not used to that. But if you are and you know about high carbon, you know high carbon gets the sharpest, so you also understand that these edges are going to be great for you for cutting. My bias is towards high carbon, so when you hear me talking up high carbon D2 52-100, that's also because I favor it. So I don't want anybody to be misconfused thinking that I'm saying it's the best. I feel it's my favorite, so that's why I say that. But on to my factory guy. Great, beautiful knife. As you can see, full tang construction all the way through. I've got my clear ruler here. At the very base, we've got about a 2 1/4 width of a blade, which is great for knuckle clearance, which is one of my main things. When you go to chop on a board, your knuckles are clear. I don't have to worry about my knuckles touching when the knife is down on the board. Blade length, which is a go-to for me. I want to say this is right at about 8, and I'm right. That's just the average size for a great chef's knife. It's one of the ones I like doing the most because it's just right there in between a 10 and a 6. And then once again, you have kind of that bird's beak handle. People always ask why is it called that, because this resembles kind of a bird's beak right there, if you can kind of tell. Some people call them fishtails, some people call them bird's beaks. I've heard other names as well, but those are the two most common I really see in here. And then as you can also see in the handle, it is tapered wider right here in the very middle and then brought down a lot more at the very end, so that way it fits in your hand very comfortably. And just so you guys understand again, my hand is about 4 inches wide right on the inside, so it's an average size hand, which fits very well in this knife. I can manipulate and maneuver this knife very well. It's one of my favorite styles, as I said. So great knife. Kramer 52-100 European chef. Over here we have a little souped up version, and so what we like to do is basically when we have a couple extra in stock, we'll take off the handle and we'll use some of our materials on there for a nice little flair to it. So where you can get a Kramer which is a great knife, you can get that same great knife, but something unique that no one else has here at Serenity. So we take the handle off, we keep the brass bolster. In order for the handle to be more accentuated and give yourself the love there, I've gotten smaller brass pins, so you can see right there, they're right on and they're kind of hidden. But then this allows you to see more of the handle, which this is a green and yellow dyed box elder wood. Yes, I said wood. This is wood. It is dyed and stabilized. So basically, I no longer have to worry about water penetrating this wood going into that. And so, and then rusting the tang. That is one of the main issues with a lot of natural wood handles. When you have something that's stabilized, you will eliminate that. And that's why we like to use a lot of stabilized woods on our rehandles, on our knives, just in general. It just makes a knife that's going to last a lot longer. But as said earlier, and I'm noticing it on both of these guys, but this one most, when people pick it up, your fingerprints, your oils, residues, these things have to stay nice and maintenance, otherwise rust and patina will happen. And you really can't tell until I kind of flip it right there. You might see it, but it's just right here. I'm having a little bit of rust right up here. And so you want to make sure you're just maintaining this guy. With that said, high carbon is a very sharp steel. I'm going to do some cutting here in a second so you guys can see how sharp this is. But these are the two European Kramers that we have in stock at the moment. I know we also have some Damascus ones and some other Kramers in here. We'll get those videos up and going. Let's do some cutting and then I will exit on out, guys. So with my guy that we've rehandled, I'm going to go ahead and just rip on through some stuff. As you can see, it's very sharp, really nice done. And this is just some regular wide ruled Mead paper, so really high-end paper we're testing here. And then let me grab this guy. Same thing, I'll just take them on through and you can just see the sharpness there, guys, no question. As always, everyone, like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be continuing to load these videos up so that way you guys can have an idea of what's in, and then we'll continue to put in the new ones as they come also, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to hear from you again. Bye.